Be true to you is not about being perfect. It's about being authentic. It's about being okay with the good, bad, and ugly. To accept those things about ourselves that we can't change, and those things that need to be changed, we put on our big girl panties and do the work. Be true to you is about being real with God, being real with self, so we can be true to you. Be true to you is not about competing with one another. We're about complimenting one another. Hey, what's up, world? It's me, your girl, Angela. Welcome to the Be True to You Talk Show. You know how we do it. You know what to do. Go ahead, like, share, like, share, like, share. Invite your friends, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your brother. Invite them. This is going to be an awesome show. And like I'm asking you to share, I'm going to share it too. Let me have my guest just tap in her code so I can share it on her phone to her pass, to her page. And you guys do the same too. Invite your friends, invite your co-worker, invite your church, invite. I'm excited to have my sister, Pastor Mary Lewis. She is my oldest sister, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys who's here. You already know, and we're trying to share it to her page, but we'll do that afterward. But listen, say hello to my sister, Pastor Mary Lewis.
Hello. So glad to be here.
Thank you, guys. Go ahead and give us some hearts. Go ahead and share. Thank you for those that have already shared. I greatly appreciate it. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so glad for, thank you all for, hey Janelle, thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. So here's the thing, you guys. We're going to talk real talk. Most of the people who's on this page, we believe in Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior. And so we're going to have those conversations because even though you believe that Christ is Savior, you still have issues. But before we get into it, let my sister introduce herself. Let me stop calling her my sister because today she's just not my sister. She's a special guest. So please allow my guest to introduce herself to you.
Hi, I'm Mary Lewis. Some of you may know me as Pastor Lewis, Angela little sister, Apostle Sheila little sister, Willie Lewis daughter. But I'm Mary. And I'm so excited for the show tonight. And I pray that everything that we said, that you would really have something to stand on and believe on in the midst of whatever we're going through. We still trust God.
You said little sister, but you meant to say
My little big sister,
Yeah.
my wannabe boss, all of us, you boss all us, right?
a little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
Okay.
In my old age, I'm trying to regain my grounds.
You're doing good.
Okay.
I'm letting you have it a little bit, y'all.
Y'all hear? A little bit.
Oh, Janelle said she loved your shirt, Pastor Mary.
Thank you, because in the midst of it, honey, but God.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to talk, guys. We're going to talk about but God. So I hope you guys had already shared. I hope you guys have invited your friends, your family, to join this conversation that we're going to have. We're going to just converse today. And hey, Pastor Brown, um, what I want to talk about to you, Pastor Mary, I did a title that we said that trusting God, but still going through the process. And so people might say, why are we talking about that? Because I wanted to have a conversation with you because right now you're going through a health issue, right?
Mhm.
You're going through a physical battle. And some people may say, you know, you're an intercessor too. So let's talk about that. You're a minister, you're an intercessor, and you have in this intercede for so many people. You have prayed for people to be recovered from cancer. You have been prayed when people have been on a life support, and they've come through, right? And so here it is, you're going through a battle with your health.
Wow.
And so let's talk about that. How long have you been having this issue?
About 3 years now.
And what issue are you having?
Well, I didn't want to accept the issue that I have because my body was speaking something different as far as I thought that it was speaking different. And they diagnosed me with having severe asthma. With my lungs are not in the best of health, so I have bad lungs, and so I didn't want to accept that it was just asthma because that my body wasn't telling me that. I was having issues like I could have had congestive heart failure, and so I took so many tests, been on so many different kind of medication, and yet I can't walk long. I can't stand up long. My breathing is bad. I can't walk up the stairs. I can't stand to the sink and wash dishes. I can't stand up to take a bath.
Nor
And
cook. Which
I'll cook,
Yeah.
And today, should I say, it's the first day of school. And so for 18 years, I have went to Atlantic West, and today was the first day of school. So I was broken. My heart was hurting so bad. And you endure. You're trying. At least I'm trying to endure. I went through stages where I didn't sleep at night because I was afraid to close my eyes because I thought if I go to sleep, death was gonna creep me while I was asleep. And so, yeah, in the midst of this right here, I still got to trust God.
And so your issue is what they're saying. You have chronic
Chronic asthma.
And so you have chronic asthma. Did you have asthma when you was young?
I had asthma as a kid, but I've never seen asthma like this. And our brother Adolf had asthma. But I know he was sick, and I know at one time, you remember they had to fly him from here. They live in Alabama. But I guess because we were so young, maybe we didn't think that asthma could be so bad, or I never knew anybody that had asthma at this degree.
Okay.
And so it doesn't look like asthma to me, and to be like this 24/7. Before I got here, what did you saw me had to do? I had to use the oxygen, and I'm saying I don't want to be on the show like that.
Okay, let's talk about that. We're going to slow that down. You are a custodian, correct? And you've been doing this for how long?
18 years.
So do you feel like the type of job that you was doing hindered your health?
Caused my health. Yeah, it could have, very much so, because I work with chemicals, and so that could have mold in buildings. That could have. You remember years I worked at a dry cleaning. That could have it. It just, who knows. People say, "Did you ever get COVID?" Yeah, I had COVID, but I was sick before COVID.
And I tend to believe that you experienced COVID like I did before they put a name to it, because I had COVID before they was calling it COVID, and I believe that you did that. And we're not a doctor, but I just believe that's what manifested in you. Also, I do believe that COVID brings to the forefront those things that's laying dormant in our body.
Exactly.
And I do believe that is something that has plagued you. But with that being said, you, for the first time in 18 years,
missed the first day of school.
the first day of school.
Yeah.
And you was going into that. Tell us how that felt to not be able to do something that you've done for 18 years.
I was sad. And I mentioned on the prayer line, and my eyes are tearing up now.
They get her paper towel.
As much as I want to say that, I'm all right, I'm going to be okay, I wasn't. And I know the minute I heard the buses go down the street, it was going to trigger something in me. And it did. You get used to doing something. And the thing is, this is why we really have to trust God, because you would think that you really have your life mapped out for you. And that's according to you, but it's not according to the will of God. And we don't know the will of God. We may say that what we want to do, what my life would be like when I reach a certain age, but we don't know.
And can I say that it is okay to not be okay?
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
It's not okay to stay there, but it's okay to not be okay. And sometimes you have to sit with that, right? And as you sit with that, you're able to deal with that. I was talking to you, my sisters, you on our chat, you was asleep or something.
Yeah, I was asleep.
And so
I stay up all night and I sleep during the daytime.
So you miss where God is taking me now, that I'm dealing with the underlying issue. And so if you don't sit with those things, it's going to reoccur. And so you're able to sit with that. And so you felt what? You felt what about not being able to go to work today?
I I was sad.
Mhm.
I was really sad. I was sad not being able. There's some teachers that I would give a word, you
Mhm.
know, that would take us out to the school year. And so, you know, and I was used to that. You know, you get used to some things, you get used to people. And then when all that looked like it's coming to a screeching halt, then you like, now what?
Truth be told, your job was your platform for
Yeah, it was
ministry.
my
It
ministry.
was your ministry.
It was my, and it was. It was my ministry, and I felt that God used me mighty on my job,
Mhm.
and so that just like somebody kicking your leg from under you.
Mhm.
And that's the way I felt. Like, okay, God, now where we going now? And you know, you go through in life with shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Mhm.
But how about when you come into your life? How?
Mhm.
Why? When? And where?
Mhm.
Now that's the state I'm in. Where I go from here?
Because it also made you feel a little not worthy or worth something because that you had value in that, right?
Yes,
You found purpose in that job.
exactly.
So now the question is, I'm sure you're probably asking yourself, where do I go
How?
from here?
Where? When? What I'm gonna do now? Okay, where you taking me, God? Because surely I can't sit in this house
Mhm.
24/7, and that's what I've been doing because that's I feel like this thing has tucked my life,
Mhm.
has dimmed my life. So you know, I can't work out. I'm on steroids. I'm already an eater.
Mhm.
So I eat by trait. I don't
Mhm.
need nothing to enhance that. And so what I have gained all this weight.
Let's talk about that. That has to be a hard place to be, right? Because you have gotten to that place where you was doing smoothie, you lost over 150 pounds, and now you saying you're right there back where you started.
This is the biggest, I'm bigger than I ever been in life,
in your whole life.
in my whole life. Now I have got big, but I have never reached the scale where I'm reaching it at now.
Not only that, remember no one can lose weight like you. Like when you determined to lose weight, I'd be like, you can eat anything. You would not eat anything. You would eat absolutely nothing. And so you at one point was in hiding. I felt like you didn't want to do nothing but work in church because you didn't like the way you look. You didn't like, not only do you not like your weight, now you on oxygen. How are you feeling? How are you coping with that?
It is, to be all honest, it's not a good feeling. It's something that I shouldn't be embarrassed or ashamed about. But I don't like nobody to see me like that. I don't like nobody to hear me wheeze because I wheeze uncontrollable. I don't want to go nowhere because half the time, if I go out, if I go to the store, I got to use a push cart, you know, one of those things I can ride in. And if not that, my kids have to push me in a wheelchair. So of course, I don't want to go anywhere that somebody going to see me. You know, like I think when I go to the doctor and I come, my children wheeling me in a wheelchair, they were like, "What's she doing? All made up, all pretty."
Yeah, because
she in a
reminds
wheelchair.
you always say that you're quite vain, right?
I am very vain.
So I believe this has do you feel like some form of stealing your confidence in who you were called to be? Because I believe the things that I'm going through, right? I talk about it on my blog as far as this discoloration of my skin, me gaining weight, and I lost a tooth or two. And so those things I realized was a part of my identity. But now that it has changed, it caused me to look at myself different. And so now what the journey that I'm on, I'm working through that. And so
this is the thing. I am very vain, and y'all know that I'm gonna get my nails done. I'm gonna get them lashes done. I'm gonna get them eyebrows done. And when I went to the doctor to get new glasses, my right eye is messed up so bad that they couldn't prescribe me glasses. And she asked me what I was doing, what medication that I was on. Now, come to find out, it's the mist that's coming from when I take treatments is affecting my eye. So the treatment is helping me in one area and it affecting my eye. And so now I can't go and have my lashes done anymore because now I don't, you know, if it's the mist from the treatment or it's from the glue, it's like, you know, like what the devil? What's going on? You know, but in the midst of that, we still have to tell God, thank you. I could have been on a cooling bed.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though I may voice these things, and if I can't voice it to nobody else, I'm gonna voice it to you and Apostle Sheila and my children. But to be real, there's days I don't like what I see. I don't like what's looking back at me.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a part of my journey? Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think God has a way. I know God has a way of humbling us.
Mm-hmm.
And we always said there come a time when you have to eat the humble pie.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this process, I have to eat a humble pie. I still won't come out. And it's not so much as, not want to be seen. The heat don't let me come out, so I am bound to the house, but it's okay. It's okay. Every day, I have a conversation. I feel like, okay, you're facing it, Mary. You're dealing with it, and a lot of things in life we don't want to deal with it. We say that we trust in the process. Is we really trusting the process? Because I have those days where I cry.
Yeah. Speaking of crying, wipe your eye right here. 'Cause just pat, boy. Right under it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I have those days where I cry. I just told you, and was it Friday? I mean, last week Friday when I got the test, when I did it from my heart.
Because you kind of wanted it to be
exactly
congestive heart failure, because at least you feel like you had a reason to be in this state. I just couldn't in my mind believe that this was asthma that has shifted my life in such a way. I kept telling the doctor, there's got to be an underlying issue. You can, and I'm telling them, you can't tell me this asthma. And I was asking the lady, when you do my heart, it's going to show the back of my heart. I just wanted them to, every area to rule out, but tell me something. Give me a name of something that I can stand in prayer. Because I believe if they went back and told me I had congestive heart failure, I'd have cursed congestive heart failure. When I went back, they'd have said, ma'am, you don't have congestive heart failure. You would have sent that back to the pit of hell, huh?
I'd have sent that thing
Send it back to sender.
With gasoline drawers on.
We don't want it.
We don't want it.
Yeah.
And even the lady said to me, she said, your heart is, everything look well. And witness said, no, everything. Mama, they tell everybody that. So I'm just knowing that they're going to come back and tell me, you got congestive heart failure. It's crazy. It may sound to somebody else. When I got that call and said that my heart was fine, I broke down. I broke down and I cried so hard, like, God, come on. What are you doing?
Question, how could you be okay with accepting congestive heart failure? Considering my husband has congestive heart failure. He's on medication, more like 4 medication that he must take daily. Some of the medicine he take twice a day. And what I hate about this situation is the doctor said it's not if he's going to pass from congestive heart failure, it's when. So tell me how you was able to accept, you think you feel like you'll be able to accept congestive heart failure and not asthma.
Not that I would accept it, but
you would have cursed it.
I'd have cursed it.
What curse?
I couldn't curse asthma because I couldn't believe that this was asthma that doing me like this. And so it may sound crazy to somebody else, but I know exactly.
Yeah, this is why we need to have this conversation, because what we fail to realize is that we're not the only one that's going through what we're going through. And I like that you're willing to come and share, because some people may feel the same way you felt, or feel like, life, at one point we was like concerned about, are you going to check out? Right. And so that was our prayer. We would call in the middle of the night. We would call in the morning. If you don't answer the phone on the right ring, we're sending somebody. So somebody has been through that, and somebody have felt that there was no hope. So on a norm, now that you accepted that it's chronic asthma, what does a good day look like to you?
A good day? I haven't had many good days. Wow. To be honest with you. I'll wake up wheezing. I wake up out of my sleep wheezing. And that's the reason why I said it couldn't be asthma, because I never seen asthma look like this. Make you feel like this, I have a good day if I sit down in one spot and don't move. But if I move around or get stirred up a little bit, that's enough to
Mhm.
trigger my asthma.
Mhm.
I don't know what to trigger it. A smell would trigger it.
Mhm.
Food may trigger it. If I try to go outside, that's a no-no.
Mhm.
Because that'll trigger it. And so if I want to have a good day, I'm going to sit in the house like this in a chair. You know that I do, and everything be brought to me.
Mhm.
And in return, what I do, food has once again became my comfort.
Let's talk about it.
And that's the first time I have admit that food once again, forget about me being on steroids.
Mhm.
I'm going to eat.
Mhm.
And I remember one time before when I was going through it with my back. Remember that in 2015. And if I couldn't control nothing else, I could control what I put in my mouth. And so it's people, they say, oh, but she's a green smoothie lady, like she know, like you said, I know how to lose weight, but I something have to bring me joy.
Mhm.
And right now, food has been my joy.
I was thinking, I was talking to my son Eric, and I told him that I realized that I was going through a form of depression, right? And we think it because we're still getting up doing things. We think it because we don't lay in the bed with the lights off, the curtains closed, in the dark, that we're not dealing with depression. And I realized that it was a form of depression, but I didn't realize until today, where the depression seeped in.
Mm-hmm.
And so, would you say that the eating is also you coping with depression?
It could be. It could be. And just like you said, somebody depression may be not eating at all. That ain't never been my case. I don't care how sad or how depressed I get.
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna eat.
you always
The
like
girl,
food.
the girl gonna eat. I love food. So, and then the steroids ain't helping me because everything that I take, it has steroids in it, and that's to keep my lungs.
Isn't that crazy that they gave you steroid, knowing that steroid also cause harm to the lungs?
Mhm.
And so, because I remember when I had all these allergic reactions, they would give me steroids because they didn't know how to treat me. And now my lungs only work at 70%.
Listen, the steroids keep me up. And so what the doctor said to me, he said, I can't take you off the steroids. He said, you need the steroids. He said, so you're going to take them every other day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I sit up,
You make your nerve bad or something, or what?
It don't, like some people make it their nerves bad. It doesn't make my nerve bad, but it doesn't allow me to sleep.
Oh, it's almost like it's energy.
Yeah, I can stay up 48 hours straight.
Wow.
And I sometimes I be saying, you know what, you're crazy. You really need to lay down and go to sleep. I can say that all I wanna, but I don't sleep because of steroids. And then once it was a fear thing for me going to sleep because I didn't think I was going to wake up. And so I was scared to go to sleep. And so I could stay up because I was afraid. And when my daughter would come home, I would go to sleep because I had somebody
in the house with you
to watch me. And some days, if I fall asleep over mama's house, they would let me sleep because there was somebody to watch me. And so that's still a hard thing because sometimes I could be asleep and I'm supposed to sleep every night with the oxygen on. I don't supposed to go to sleep without it. And my daughter will have to come and say, Mom, you sounding real bad. You really need to get up and get on it. And sometimes I try to, like, I'm not doing this.
Is it a reason why you don't put the oxygen? Because I know we went to Alabama and the whole while I'm like, put your oxygen on.
Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Everything got to do with asthma. I'm sick of the different inhaler. The man gave me a different inhaler. I want to throw that inhaler and hit him in the head with it. Like I'm sick of that. Everywhere I go in my house, it's inhalers everywhere. Every purse, in the bathroom.
Because you don't never know when
I'm having a attack.
Wow.
And so everywhere I go, you got my inhaler. Show them. Who got my?
I do, right? In case something go wrong.
And so it's crazy. It's crazy. I could laugh about it now, and something can go home. I could go home tonight and maybe think about something we said, and it may trigger me, and I could cry about it.
Let me ask you a question with that. With your illness, Mary, what is one thing you're sick of hearing people either ask or say to you?
Are you all right?
I say that all the time.
Are you all right?
Now I'm be careful.
Yeah. Are you all right?
Yeah.
First of all, you hear the way
you ain't all right.
Yeah, you hear the way I'm breathing, and and right now I'm smiling because I don't hear myself wheeze, and I know that's God because He knows that I'm fighting, and And I don't want nobody to hear that. I don't want people to see me always using the inhaler. I don't want that. I don't want nobody to ask me all the time, am I all right? No, I'm not all right.
Get it? She
Yeah,
don't want to be
I'm
asked
not.
if she all right, because truthfully,
I'm
say
not
that
all
again.
right.
And it's okay to not be
Yeah.
all right. And when you say you're not all right, you're not just talking about you're not all right physically, but emotionally you're not all
Mentally,
right. Mentally, you're not all right.
and see, if people don't want to face that, people don't want to tell the truth about that. Mentally, I'm not all right.
Mhm.
I was on my job. I'm not on my job. I'm not all right. I
Mhm.
was getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. I'm not getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. I'm
Mhm.
not all right.
Mhm.
And people look at for as me, oh, she's just a strong person. She always endure.
I hate that word.
Yeah,
I have come to hate. She's a strong woman. She's a strong Black woman. I don't want to be a strong
No.
woman.
I want
wanna
to be vulnerable.
Vulnerable. I want to be feminine. I want to be taken care of.
Exactly.
I want to be nurtured. And sometimes when we say she's a strong woman, I started hating that word when Mom got sick,
Mhm.
because everybody was like, "Oh, she's so strong. She's gonna be okay." So what that do to me? They minimize what you're going through. They don't give you the care that you need, because they feel she can handle it.
Yeah.
She can endure it. She's strong. She know the Lord. But sometimes you don't want to be strong.
It's just like me being a prayer warrior. People know that I would pray till Jesus come.
Yeah.
I want somebody to pray for me.
Amen.
I want somebody to call me and say, Pastor Mary or Mary or whatever, let me pray for you. I don't want every time I pick up my phone that I got to pray and encourage somebody in the midst of me wheezing.
I just want to say, even now with your wheezing, even now when people knowing that you fighting a physical battle, they're still pulling on you. And even in them pulling on you, you're still giving up.
I'm still giving.
Because it's who you are.
It's who I am. And I thank God for that. If that's the one reason why He keeping me alive, then thank you. Thank you. Because I still have to endure.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about when you always said that when you retire, you was going to wear your like boat sneakers, your little designer handbags. You was gonna have your bracelet. You was going what you used to wear, like sweater, tank top.
I wanted tank tops. I wanted nice earrings. I want a carrot around my neck. A carrot in my ears. I wanted my little cute little heels.
Your kitty heels.
Yeah, and that's the way I want to look.
And now
that's not the look.
But you look good.
Thank you.
You look good. But every time me and your other sister Sheila, Apostle Sheila, we had that conversation today. You look good. You're taking care of yourself. But at the same time, we have a picture in our head that we have to overcome. And so kudos to you for pushing past it.
Thank you. Yeah. I was looking back and Facebook bring up your memories 2019, and I looked at that picture and I was saying, dog, she pretty. That's my ideal of what I should be looking like now. And I'm far from it. 100 pounds overweight. Really. I
100
really
pounds
am.
overweight?
Yeah, I'm 100 pounds overweight.
And see, I'm overweight too, but I'm only like 30 pounds
I'm 100
overweight,
pounds
so I could
overweight.
imagine.
I'm 100 pounds. Every time I lose weight, I push to a certain amount, and I'm 100 pounds over that.
My mom says that she hate that hear that too. She hear it all day. Mom, are you okay?
Yeah.
And sometimes when we say are you okay, it probably make us go back and think about what we're going through. You may be having a day where you're just thinking about a movie. You may be a day laughing about a memory, and then here I go, here Mama go, here Sheila go, here Woody go, here your 5 children, here your 5 siblings, your 4 siblings, and everybody else asking you, are you okay?
And I know everybody mean it from a sincere place. And so don't get me wrong when I say I don't like to hear it or don't want to hear it. I don't mean it that way, because I know it coming from a sincere place.
And you never want people to stop checking on
exactly. And so it just I don't know. So what do you say?
Auntie Nisa say you're still pretty.
Thank you, Auntie.
Maisha say I don't want to be strong alone. Allow me to be me. Amen. Allow me to be me.
Yeah.
Janelle said, I'm tired of being strong. You do. You get tired of being strong. You want a shoulder to lean on. You just want to be able to be.
Yeah, because you got to ask yourself, what strong look like? What strong look like?
Taking a whooping constantly and being able to get up,
exactly,
being walked over, and it's okay. No,
exactly.
don't nobody want.
And
Don't nobody want. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I don't want to make strong was me going to the job knowing doggone well I had no business being there.
And let's talk about that. We kept, and I guess I get it, a fear of not being able to provide for yourself when you provided for yourself for so many years. Now to not be able to trust your ability to bring in the money, even though we say Jesus will supply our needs according to his riches and glory. Although we say that even though we have the job as him that hired us, we say all those cliche, but at the same time we feel like if it ain't a job, he's not going to provide. I talk about all the time that you know I'm shifting from hair. You sent me a clip today and I greatly appreciate it to encourage me. And even in your struggle, you're still trying to encourage me. But I'm going through that where I don't have the finance what I'm used to. So what does that look like for you? Because I have a husband, right?
Yeah, and I don't. But I'm happy. It don't look good. It don't feel good. It absolutely don't feel good. And I talked about that. Remember?
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna let you talk about it, but have you missed a beat?
Not a beat.
Are you going hungry?
Not at all.
Aren't you still shopping?
Yes, I am.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me.
You know, I remember when I got what I thought was going to be my last check. It was $300 something, and you said, "But you got a check. Tell God thank you." And I said, "You know, thank you, God. You're right. Thank you, God." And then when I thought I was going to get a check, I got a check for I found I was $18.95, and I said, "Thank you, God." You know, I don't know if I'm gonna get another check. You know, if I don't, it's well. Yeah, you know, it's well.
David said, "I asked, are you okay? Because when you aren't, I'm here to help."
Oh, thank you, David. I love you.
Thank you, David. Barbara said, "You three sisters are so powerful and beautiful ladies of God." Thank you,
Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara. I had another. We love you guys. Hey, keep sharing, keep coming. If you have anything that you want to say, I forgot to tell you guys that you're welcome to call it. Well, send a text and we will send you the link to call in. Again, the number that you can send a text if you want to be a guest is 954-298-0183. Again, 954-298-0183. You can call in if you have a question or a conversation that you want to have with Pastor Mary or myself. If you want to wish her well wishes, you want to just pray for her. You remember, she wants somebody to pray for her. You know, you got something that you want to do to encourage her. Or maybe you're going through something like she's going through or like I'm going through. If you feel like you want to share, again, text and we'll send you the link so you can be a guest on the show. I asked you already, but how do you get through the day? Because you say you have struggles bathing. You have struggle. You used to love to cook. Now you can't cook. So how are you getting through your day?
Let's take today, knowing that I was going to do the talk show. And so I rested well. When I got off the prayer line, I was able to go to sleep and I slept good. And to get ready for this show, I started getting ready like 4 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's going to here at 7.
And so I started getting ready at 4 o'clock. And so that way I don't overexert myself. I have time to take a treatment, you know, if I need a treatment. I use a shower chair now to take a shower and, you know, have time to, you know, to sit down and, you know, most of the time I can't dry myself off, you know, if I don't overexert myself and I'm wheezing real bad. But I was able to do that because I did everything. I paced myself. And when I found myself, you know, started wheezing, I'll tell myself to settle down and I'll stop, you know, brushing my teeth, standing up trying to brush my teeth. I can't stand straight up and brush my teeth.
Everyday little simple chores and things that we take for granted is a struggle.
It's a struggle. When your lungs are not functioning, so not only that I have asthma, I have bad lungs. And so when they are not inhaling and expanding like the way they do, you have poor blood circulation
and pain in your back
and pain. And because I have a lack of oxygen, and so it weakens me, and it weakens you, and you're like, oh man, come on, you know, this can't be. You know, I could be standing there brushing my teeth, and I feel like if I don't lean over or sit down, I'm gonna fall out. And so imagine going through that every single day. Like you want to get up. Like my daughter have to be to work 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't want her to have to come home and cook for me because she stand up on her legs all. So I'm gonna try, to do something, for she won't have to do so much. But by the time she get in the house, I'm gonna go out. And now she mad because
You don't did too much.
I don't did too much.
Yeah, I'm mad all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what'd you do today?
Yeah.
What was you doing?
Yeah.
What happened?
And then one of y'all, if one person called, and I'm sounding real bad,
We call everybody.
y'all call everybody, and then everybody call me, you okay? No, I can't breathe. You don't hear me? I'm a mess. I'm tore up now. But I thank God, because if it wasn't for you guys, if I didn't have such a loving and a supported, caring family, I would just like, I'm done with this.
As a mother, is it hard that you, at your young age, now you're truly relying on your daughters to take care of you and your son? And so, as a mother, in that position, how does that feel? And are you okay? I'm sorry, but are you okay?
No, I'm not. Because I'm so used to living life with them. And I love to live life with them. And now I have to tell them to leave me because I don't want them to have to take care of me, like get me in and out the car, pushing me in a wheelchair. And I never thought that it would really get to this point.
Me either, Mary.
I was like,
walking behind you yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And I was so mad because I'm like, how did this happen? Right.
like,
And so in my transition and things that I'm going through now, you're on my list.
mhm.
And it's so sad that my other sister, Sheila, she had to ask to get on the list because we're so focused on you.
And I
right?
appreciate y'all so much.
And not that we love anyone less, but
Mhm.
you're our older sister.
Mhm.
And so life would not be.
I know. And it's when I can't stand up. And sometimes I want people to pass me so they don't see the struggle that I go to. You want to hold one of my napkins?
Yes,
You can have them. My Whitney's finna be 30 years old, and Whitney, she's our party girl, and I can't, like I would dampen her birthday.
Speaking of party, you look fabulous, amazing, sexy for your birthday.
Oh,
girl.
thank you so much. Listen, y'all don't know. I was struggling so hard on my birthday.
But you look good in that struggle. See, this is what the problem is. This is why people like to say strong. And we're going to stop saying that because you made it look good. You made it look.
You know what it remind me of? Remember one time, I think when I had hurted my back and we was doing a photo shoot and you had to help me get dressed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds me of that. Like people, the pictures came out beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't know that every step of the way that you helped me put on my clothes and,
put your shoes
put
on.
my shoes on. And it's like that now. And so I'm thinking about, Ashley finna have a birthday and she was saying, she would like to go on a cruise. I would dampen their celebration, them trying to take me on a cruise and no. Yeah.
I think Maisha said she just had us running around Total Palm trying to
she said
weight.
Go back down Royal Palms trying to
Is that what it said?
She says she usually have us run around.
Oh, Royal Palm trying to lose weight out of running a branch of a bunch of us 20 times. 20 something things.
Yeah. I know my anytime that they wanted to lose weight, I will always coach them and have them. I would lead them.
You be quiet with. She's talking about stop crying, y'all.
look at Minister Warren just passing us paper towel. This is what we do. Life has changed a lot for me, but in the midst of it, I still trust God.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I was saying when we say going through the process, but yet you still have to trust him.
I still have to trust God. There's plenty of times I have told God this cannot be my portion.
What have it ever made you doubt God?
Never made me doubt him.
Have
I
you ever felt like he's forgotten
no,
you?
no.
Mhm.
I often said to him, I know this cannot be my portion. I have said to him, if you're not going to heal me, then call me home.
Mm.
I have said that, but I don't doubt that he will and has healed me. And I believe it's a process, it's a journey. It's been a journey for the last 3 years. Um, I thought by now I will be in a better place.
Hold on. Maisha, the call number in is 954 298 0183. Don't call, text, send me the link. And that's 954 298 0183.
Sheila wants you to
Sheila
send
wants
a
to
link.
send the links too. Okay, you guys, we're going to send the link in. And so when you send the link in, you're just going to be added in the back room and you'll come on one at a time. So don't get discouraged. We're definitely going to get you on the show.
Whitney said that's when she used to run us all. Yeah,
Used to
yeah,
outrun all of them.
yeah. Remember those days? Yeah. But no, I never doubted God in this process, and thank God for the prayer life that I do have, and me able to pray for somebody else. It keeps me going.
Mhm.
I really really look forward getting on the prayer line every morning because it gets your attention off yourself.
Yeah, and it also continued to give you a purpose,
Yeah, and
especially
it's
now.
and it strengthened me. You know, like if I don't stay up all night, I'm sure to go to sleep after the prayer line. You know, I can get good
I
sleep
own it.
on it. I'll take I'll take a nap on the prayer line because by then I'm sleeping now. I done stayed up all night.
And you deserve to go to sleep.
Yeah, and you know, y'all, there's a couple of y'all know when I don't tap out. You know, I tap out on Bible study too,
And we know
and
this.
wake up and preach.
I be hard down preaching. I be tapping Woody on the shoulder. I said she just woke up. I tap
my
on,
my
once on the
mom.
knee rather. I be like,
Listen, one time I was at Mama house, right? And you know, if I fall asleep, she'll let me sleep. And I can hear everything while I'm asleep. And so my mama said, and you jumped up and preached it like you had was
because it's in you.
it's in me.
And they
it's
tell
in
you
me.
that when you listen to the Bible or you spiritual, your spirit is awoke.
It's awakened.
While you're
Yeah.
asleep, your spirit is woke.
Yeah.
And so that's why you're able to absorb, and especially because it's a part of you, so it's familiar.
Yeah, and
so,
it's who I am.
Yeah.
And I thank God that He depression or oppression has not overtaken me to cause me not to do what God has called me to do. You know, because easily, you know, when you're going through it, you're throwing the towel on everything. And I refuse to let the enemy think that he'll take that away from me.
Yeah, one thing that I know about this situation is that you never wanted to give up. You always push past. We tell you, Mary, quit that job. Don't, like, we finna pay all your bills. We're
Yeah.
gonna help you. But we
Yeah.
be like, quit the job. Don't go, Mary. Come home, Mary.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That Milton, I tell you, he used to be standing to the door like a kid, you know, crying when I get outside because it would take me so long to get to the door. And then, oh no, why you keep doing this? Why you keep doing this? You know, but this is for somebody.
And you know what, Mary? We will paralyze you if we could, because my thing is, I don't want you to walk and talk at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Oh God,
I don't want you. I mean, I be like, quit talking, just walk. Or I don't want you laughing hard. I don't want, I'm sure that can't be a place, and I don't want you to go without your oxygen. But if you didn't have that, the will, you can easily let someone take care of you 24/7, because
and I don't want that.
We have that mentality.
Yeah,
that
I don't want me. You know, everybody know that I live next door to Mom. And she will come and she would do everything for me if I let her.
I will call her and ask if you want me to come get you.
Yeah, she would say, I can come over there. I can come bathe you. I said, it's okay, Mama. I'll wait for Brittany to come home. You know, thank God. Just like I said, I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't have the support of all y'all. Has been 100.
Well, I don't do much. I would if I was close, but
yeah. And then, you know, I got my two daughters, you know, them two soldiers. They, you know, they'll I ain't gonna say they selfish, but they don't mind taking care of
Right,
me.
and that's a good
And
thing.
so that's a good thing. And so they do all they can. But the thing is, I tell God, I don't want to wear them out.
Mhm.
Because I know they didn't expect at this age that they'll be,
Mhm.
giving so much care to their
No,
mom and their dad.
My forehead itching.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their caretaker of two.
Yeah. But
And
they're and so it's not easy. And I know it's not easy for them.
Yeah,
It's
that's what Whitney said. Not one parent, but two.
both parents.
Both
And
parents they're taking care
but
of.
they are certainly doing amazing job. Amazing job. I couldn't ask for a better support team.
We
You
have
know,
a call in, babe. Hmm?
Pastor Michelle, Sissy.
We sent the link to Apostle
Thank you,
Sheila.
my age. They are doing such a great God and job, and I thank God for it. I really do. I was telling their dad today that we can thank God that we raised some amazing kids, and we worry about them. We
Mhm.
talk about all the time. You want to know where you went wrong at,
Mhm.
but somewhere we got it right. We
Mhm.
got it right. We got it right.
Hello, Apostle Sheila.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Because this family. So hey, Sheila O'Brien, rather.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Namesake.
Huh? Y'all hear me?
Barely.
Barely.
Hold on, let me make sure my volume is turned all the way up. What about now?
Okay.
Hello? You guys can hear me now?
Speak.
I am speaking.
Go ahead, Apostle Sheila.
Oh, I just wanted to
We
come
can
on
say they can
because,
hear.
huh? I just wanted to come on because I'm mad that I'm not there, and so I just felt like I needed to be included. Y'all hear me?
The audience can hear her good.
But y'all can't hear me.
Mom said this is a good show. Love you. Love y'all. And I thank God for my babies. David said that's not just a saying goes or toddlers. It's family and family matters. No children, women or men left behind. Exactly, David. Family so matter. And it hurts me when I hear people say they don't like their family, they can't do it their family. We have issues.
Yeah.
We
We're
have
human.
arguments.
Yeah.
We
don't
are
have an
far.
argument.
We have arguments. We've
You,
had arguments. We may not have them
we
in
talking
our
about 30
old
years
age.
ago.
Yeah, but we had them,
Yeah.
Mary.
We don't have argument.
Well,
we
we
have an
don't-
argument now?
We have discussions.
Yeah, we have discussion. We don't have
Yeah, we don't have
arguments. No,
argument. We
I
have
would never
discussion.
use that word.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so, but people feel they will let a discussion or argument cause them to walk away for life. And
Yeah.
I just don't know what I would do without my family. Can you hear me, Apostle Sheila? Can you hear us? Okay, Apostle Sheila, come back in. We got it together. So come back in.
And Maisha was trying to call too.
Maisha, you go right ahead. Text Maisha and text the phone number. Hey Mickey. Correct. No arguments, just a discussion. Yeah, no fussing, no
Always,
fighting.
yeah.
None of that. So until our caller come in, we just gonna
I would just thank you too. Family is so important, and I said this on the prayer line all the time. If you and your family and causing discord or a rip in your family, you need to get it right.
hold on a moment. Maisha, it's not a code. Dial text 954-298-0183, and he's going to send you the link.
Just give it a number again.
954-298-0183. Text, send me the code, and he will send you the code. He will send you the link. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say code. He will send you the link. Oh, Mickey. She said, I hear y'all, but I'm done trying. You know what? Sometimes it get to that point where you do have to um, cut ties, but at the same time, I mean, sometimes the problem is we don't want to be the one that have to constantly give. Sometimes you got to just keep giving. Sometimes you have to keep giving.
And pray. Sometimes it's not going to them. It's praying about the situation. Just lift it up to God in prayer. And sometimes it may be a family member that you just can't get them to understand what's the issue. Or sometimes when it's you don't want to face that it's me. And sometimes you have to pray. I believe that prayer changes all things. And I'm a person that's going to pray for families because I believe in family. And I tell the prayer line all the time, we didn't have a choice in who, family we want to be born in. That's your family. And so you just have to pray.
Yeah, and
I'm
even
a
though
what's your name? I'm a pray
that's
for your
Mickey.
family. That's Mickey.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I got you.
You want it to not be an issue, right? But truth be told, there are some families that just can't
It
not get
is.
along.
It
But the
is.
thing is, even if you can't be a part of them, right? You have to still make sure you don't have any hatred
All in your
in your
heart.
heart.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that we're talking about this. I was laying in the bed today and I was thinking about um we like to say, "Oh, I have a relationship with God. I have a relationship with God. I have a relationship with God." Okay, so well, you and I have a relationship, right? And nothing can stop the relationship. The problem is the fellowship,
Mm-hmm.
because relationship we're always going to be connected,
Mm-hmm.
but the fellowship is what draws
Mm-hmm.
closer.
Mm-hmm.
The fellowship what shows the love, and so
Mm-hmm.
you have to be important. You have to be intentional to fellowship with
Mm-hmm.
one another. You have to be intentional to reach out, and
Mm-hmm.
so I
And
was.
that's key in family because we are related.
Mhm,
And so you can't help being related.
mhm,
But do we fellowship? And
mhm,
just like you said, that make a big difference.
mhm.
Being related and fellowship, because I could be related to you all day long and never see you, and
And
don't care
truth
if
be
I ever see you.
told, we are related to people that we don't really have a connection to,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what fellowship do.
Mm-hmm.
Fellowship bring connection, and I think I'm so grateful that when we was growing up, we had parties with just us.
Mm-hmm.
We went trick or treating in the house with
Yeah,
just
yeah,
us.
because we ain't
We,
couldn't go
you know
trick or
what I'm
treat.
saying?
I got the snot beat out of me for trying to take y'all. No, couldn't go trick or treating.
Yeah.
But it taught us. It taught us the importance of family.
Yeah, and sometimes people don't understand just because we don't see eye to eye all the time does not mean you hate somebody. Does
Mm-mm.
not mean you don't love someone. I think we got it twisted. We think that, because we all come from a dysfunctional family,
Mm-hmm.
right? And nothing's perfect. But because somebody say, "Oh, I love them so much. I love them so much," they be like, "Oh, they phony." But the love is real
It's real. It's genuine.
because we're able to accept the good, the bad,
That
and the
and the
ugly
ugly.
of one another.
But we always come to where we reach that point where we might have to conversate about something that just happened. Listen, we ain't sleeping on that. Let us deal with that right now.
Right now.
Let us deal with this issue right now. If I got an issue, we got to talk about this. And you always said once I put it out there, I'm okay with
Yeah.
it because you was able to discuss it.
Yeah.
You was able to get your point heard.
Yeah.
And sometimes, a lot of time, even in family, when you feel like you're not being heard, that hurt.
Mhm.
But then you got to make sure being heard, how you bringing it to your family, how you confronting them, because in our household we learn to govern each other by our ranks.
Mhm.
We ain't gonna disrespect Milton
Mhm.
because he's our older brother. Now he may say something or do something. We might have to call him to the side, but I'm never going to embarrass him because
Mhm.
that's my brother.
Mhm.
I'm never going to embarrass you as my baby sister because that's not my job to bring you down. My job is to love you as my baby sister and uplift you at all time. It's not for me to take. Girl, I felt a preach coming on right there. Don't play with me when it comes down to my family. I am not the one. But and so you have to be mindful because sometimes, you if there's already an issue, you got to tread lightly
Mhm.
because there's already an issue in the family.
Mhm.
And so you can't go there, right. They don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I don't know how we got on this.
Yeah.
But somebody need to hear it.
Somebody need to hear
Mickey,
it.
you said that what do you do when your sister call you, your only sister call you and tell you that she only call you when she needs something? You know what? I can say be thankful that you're able to be called on. I can say, thank God that when she called you, you have it. And if you don't, you don't. Somebody got to be the Joseph in the family. Look at it as that way, not necessarily as we like to look at it as a negative point. She's using me. But even in that, in the use, God said, pray for those that
That's
despitefully use you.
Mhm.
And so the key is if you can do it, you do it. But you got to make sure you do it with a willing heart, and pray for those times that she reach out and make sure God is saying yes, because just because it's a good thing doesn't necessarily mean it's a God thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. And it's funny that you said, I don't know who I was talking to. Oh, yes, I do know who I was having a conversation with, that God will raise up a Joseph in every family. And so you just have to thank God for the position that you're in.
Mhm.
Like I always tell my children, you got it. Thank God that you got it. If you
Mhm.
got it, pay it.
Yeah.
You know, because it could have been different. Amen.
Yeah.
Let's get back to where we was. Uncle, what is the people there? What David say?
Okay, David, thank you, Father, for waking us up this morning. Love y'all. This is my fellowship text every morning. We love you too, David. First cousin, nothing. Not everyone responds every day, but every day heard from me. Every day they hear from me, and I'm there in their corner. Awesome.
And that's all
true. That's all
matter.
that matters.
That's
you can
all
do is
matter.
Make yourself available.
That's
right?
it. That's all matter. You
Yeah.
know, that they know. We have a first cousin group of 18.
19. Well, it was 20, but one
Yeah,
just passed.
19 because of our cousin of ours. And it's not like we on that every day, but when we there, we let it be known that we love each other.
And
Or
truth be told, I don't respond every time.
every
I
time.
don't.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, we need to know that even in your reaching out, don't take it so personal, because everybody's going through something.
Yeah.
Everybody is dealing with something.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I process something is not the way you're going to process. The way I deal with it, you're not going to deal with it. And so, but life have us always running over to the negative part. Let's just try to stay in the center. Let's stay in the positive part. And I'm not perfect at that, but I work at that. I work at trying to see it from someone else's perspective.
Because you know what? Listen, like I said, I never thought in life that I would be in the place I am today. And so I'm intentional about celebrate life every day. I don't care what shape or form that I wake up in. I'm glad to be here. You know, and if I have to minister from a chair, you know, if I can't talk, I'm a text.
We talked about that the other day, how celebrating life and what celebrating life look like, right? Because we thinking when we say live life like it's your last day, you never know. Celebrate life. Not that ain't all about partying. That ain't always about turning up a cup.
No,
that ain't all about
not at all.
dropping it like it's hot. That's
No,
not what
no.
it's about.
Mm-mm.
It's about celebrating life as far as where you at, being grateful,
Yes.
finding a space to say, God, I thank you.
Yeah, find something good in it.
It could have been worse.
It could have been worse. I could be hooked up to a ventilator.
The blood of Jesus, we cancel
You know,
that.
I'm saying, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, is as much as I want to feel like, oh God, you know, I can't believe I'm going through this. I'm alive. You know, I still have my mom. I still have my church. I still have you guys. You know, I'm alive. I'm still able to get up and get on the prayer line. You know, I'm
You're
alive.
still able to do your makeup.
And I'm still able to do my makeup. You know, I'm able to. I put my own shoes on this
You put
evening.
your own shoes
Girl, I
on,
put
and you got no shoes.
and my socks. I put my own socks on.
You put your tights on too.
I fastened up my own bra. I did all that. Sometimes, but I got it done. And so you have to celebrate.
We're joking, but we're for real.
For real.
Celebrate those things.
Yeah, because there's days when I can't put my own bra on, you know? And so the days that I can, it's something to celebrate, you know? Yeah, yeah. You know, I got some big old girls that are, you know, sometimes it's hard to get them together. But I did it and I was able to do it, you know?
I think we got one that finally called in. Hey, Sheila.
Hi, can y'all hear me now?
We hear you.
Okay, good. So I called in because two things. Number one, I'm jealous that I'm not there. So this
Actually,
is the best.
I'm lying. Hold on. Just hold. Don't hang up. Just hold on.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Y'all hear me now?
Hey, Auntie Carrie. We love you
You
and
know
miss
what?
you so much.
Apostle Sheila, keep talking because the audience can hear everything you're saying. So keep talking and
Oh, wow.
coming across the
Okay.
screen.
So yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
was saying that I'm jealous that I'm not there because usually when we do stuff like this, the three of us are always together. But this is such an amazing conversation because it is much needed. And I wanted to go back real quick when you guys was talking about strength, and I heard Janaea, I think I heard Maisha say the same thing about they're tired of being strong. And I think that we have a misconception about that word strength. Strength is not necessarily how well you can do things on a day-to-day basis. Strength is more about your ability to endure to the
Or
end.
Hamlet.
And so we talk about, stop calling me a strong woman because I'm not strong. I think that when we start recognizing that your strength comes from how well you can endure things, not how well you're doing it in the midst of that, we can get a better understanding of what it really means to be that strong woman. People think that, oh, when people say I'm a strong woman, they want people to think that they are, you got everything together, nothing is going wrong in
Mhm.
my life. But honey, when they go home behind closed doors, they ain't got nothing together. Strength comes from being able to confess that everything ain't all right,
And this
that
is what,
I am not well, that I
yeah.
have insecurities, I have issues, I have concerns. But with that, I like to call it my village or my core group of people. You've got that village or that core group of people that recognizes that while they know that you have the ability to do some things, to handle some things, to get things done, that when you are showing your vulnerabilities, that they are there for you. And I believe that we as women are lacking that village, that kind of village. We are lacking that type of or core group of people that recognizes that everything ain't all right all the time, and that when it's not all right with you, I'm going to be there for you. And I heard Pastor Mary say this too, and I'm so grateful for y'all too, because we are like that with each other. We will call each other to the carpet when we know that you're not well. And this is our thing, y'all. I'm about to release our little secret here.
Watch out now.
um
Don't release too much.
I know when we talk a lot, not with the boys so much. We have our moments when we get together on our little chat, our little group, and we talk, but the three of us talk a lot, and they know when something is going on with the other sister, because one of us may not get on the FaceTime, or we may not hear from each other for a couple of days, and they be like, oh, she must be going through because she called us today. Or have you heard from Diane? Have you heard from Angela? Or say, have you heard from Mary? And so we know, just because of the lack of communications, because we talk all the time, that when one of us is going through something, and you know what, we let each other have those moments. We don't necessarily bombard each other unless we know there's a real issue that we really have to reach out to each other. Other than that, we let each other have those moments because you need them.
You need
You
those moments.
you do.
You
You
really
really,
do.
really do. You need those moments. You need to be able to cry. You need to be able to
Hmm.
kind of have those moments where you recognize within yourself that everything is not okay. And it's okay. Just like Angel said, it's okay. I'm cooking, y'all. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Not to be okay.
Yeah.
And don't let anybody tell you that you have an issue when you are not okay. Affirmations, um, calling those things that be not as though they were, speaking things into an existence, speaking things according to the word of God. All of
Or
that
just
stuff is,
crying.
Yeah,
Or
sometimes
just
yeah,
crying.
sometimes you
Sometimes you just
sometimes you
need
just
to
sometimes
want to
cry.
cry.
right,
Yeah, because
Sometimes you
absolutely.
just need to sit still
sit still and do
Shout or
nothing.
and do
scream.
nothing.
Sometimes you need to sit still and just eat a whole box of ice cream.
Sometimes you
Yeah,
need to be Netflixing and chilling.
yeah,
Listen,
Sometimes it's not you. It's not all those things that we've been called to, that are told to run to. And to go back to what you're saying about strong and strength. Okay, we're strong. We don't want to be strong, but we know we have strength
we
to
have
endure. We
strength.
have the strength
Yeah,
to
and
endure,
that's
right?
different
And the
words.
strength comes from Jesus,
Yeah.
right? God is our strength. And so that's where I'm okay to know that I have strength, that it's not going to take me
And I
out.
have the strength to endure.
I have the strength to endure, right?
Absolutely.
I have the strength to not end life, right?
Yeah.
Because the things that I'm going through, the things that you're going through, some people had checked out.
Listen,
Some people are in an insane asylum.
let me say this.
Some people are in a straitjacket.
Listen, you better preach. I just said this to somebody the other day. Ain't too many people gonna be able to endure and I'm talking about for 3 years, 3 solid years, going through this, and yet I went to work every day, knowing that I couldn't hardly put one feet in front of the other, sliding down the hallway. It had got to the point where I was sitting in a rolling chair, a teacher's chair, trying to mop and sweep the classroom. Why? And I said to myself, you know what, God, it's you that's keeping me. And the reason why I don't want nobody to say, oh, she's strong, because when people feel like, oh, she's a strong black woman,
she can push past it.
They add more to your plate. They minimize who you are because you don't put this title on you that I'm strong. And that's the reason I know I got good strength. I have the strength to endure because I have endured.
That's so true.
But
for 3 years.
You don't want to be strong.
Yeah,
it's overlooked.
I have endured for 40 years raising children.
Yeah. Maisha said, I don't want to endure all the time. I want to be vulnerable. I want to be dependent on my husband. I want to cry. But I recognize when it's all out that I can pick up myself and continue on. Exactly. Sometimes you need someone to say, hey, sit down, chill. I got that. Sit down. Let me put your shoes on. And sit down. Let me bring you a plate. And Maisha, continue to pray. I know you have I have a husband. You don't have a husband. Pastor Sheila have a husband, and I do have a husband that bring me a plate. Huh? Maisha have a husband. I'm saying you don't have a husband. When I say you don't, I'm talking about
I don't want a husband.
Yeah, we know. And so she don't.
I don't want a husband.
I know what it is to want someone to be there, because that day you just can't go on. And so you need them to be the extended hand. You want them to be the extended leg. But when you consider to be strong, that someone is always looking for you to take care of it, be the problem solver. That can be draining.
And you know what it is too? When they so used to you always showing up, when there's a lot, they still expect you to show up with that same ability, that same capacity that you always doing it. Exactly. And so that's the part when I don't want nobody to see me like that now. I'm in a vulnerable state. And so even though I don't want nobody to see me in this vulnerable state that I'm in, but today I push past all that.
I like to tell people that you're your strongest self, or you show your most strength in your vulnerability, in your weakness. When you're able to own up to your weakness, you gain strength. When you're able to accept things for what is. When I say accept it, I'm not saying you buy a whole, you buy it and let it be. But when you can see things for what it is, or when you can show things for what it is or who they are, that's where you get your strength. That you don't get your strength pretending to be so strong. You don't get your strength pretending that I got it together. You don't get your strength pretending that I don't need anybody. Your strength comes from being vulnerable with your weakness.
And knowing that, because you can camouflage a whole lot. You can camouflage a whole lot of stuff, but there are some things you just gonna have to let it be known. You can't camouflage when you can't breathe.
You can't camouflage needing that oxygen.
What? You're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just close my mouth and they won't hear me wheeze, and that mouth have to fly open because I got to breathe. But there has not been many days that I can laugh about this. So I thank God where I'm at now.
So you guys, if you can say one thing to someone who's enduring, who's going through some things, who need their strength to be renewed, what would that thing be?
Keep moving, keep believing, keep trusting, don't give up, because you are not out for the count. Better days will come. And that's what I tell myself. It won't always be like this.
It won't always always.
I'm telling, don't
be
girl,
like
listen. These people gonna see
this.
me.
Sooner
Listen.
or later, turn in your favor.
I'm telling you,
It won't always be like
it
this.
won't always be like it. It may feel like it. There's plenty days, plenty nights that I never thought that I'll get to this place. You know, I'm still processing that. I'm not able to go to my job because I still have a job. You know, Broward County ain't kicked me out totally yet. You know, I'm still fighting. And then I tell y'all all the time, if God heal me tomorrow, I'll go back to my job.
You did say that.
You know, so yeah.
Sheila,
I'm here.
anything you want to say?
No, that I love y'all and I appreciate y'all so much. And this has been such an amazing
Hey, listen, I know that
conversation.
voice. What you eating?
She eating.
What
That's
you
why she
eating?
don't
I
want to
know
talk
that
'cause
voice.
she's eating.
What are you eating?
So I just made cabbage and sausage and rice with my green seasoning.
Listen,
Woody
so
killing
good.
himself laughing over here.
that is so crazy.
Woody
That
killing
is so
himself laughing at
crazy.
you, O'Brien.
I know your voice when you eating. You trying to get off this phone so you can eat. That's a shame.
Yeah, girl, I'm hungry.
Tell Rachel to get the oil and I'ma pray.
Take time for yourself
Maisha
to breathe.
said,
Get it to know one.
she wanna come. She wanna come in.
All right, I love y'all. I'm still
All
listening.
Love you
talk
too.
at you
Enjoy.
later. Maisha, I don't know what you and your phone is doing. The link has been sent to you. Click on it.
Thank you for our brother.
Talk at
Nielsen.
you later, Sheila.
She said we just got the link.
Okay, so click in, and as soon as you click on and do what need to be done, we're gonna hold on for you. Thank you, brother Neil. We hear you, Maisha, and your children.
Ma, we hear you.
Hey, Ma.
It's Mackenzie.
Hey, Mackenzie.
I just wanted to tell Nana I just wanted to tell Nana to never give up and just keep on pushing and don't break yourself down.
Thank you so much, Mackenzie. Nana, love you so much.
Love you too.
Thank you,
That
baby.
is so sweet. It's Mackenzie. I want to tell Nana.
That's my twin, y'all.
Yeah, that's my great niece.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well,
I
thank you.
received those words, kids are wholehearted. All right.
Okay.
All right, baby. Nana, love you.
Love you too.
Oh, you crying?
Yeah.
She always crying.
Yeah.
She is such a sweetheart. We love her. She was
Yeah.
born on Morgan's birthday. I wanted her to be born on my birthday, but nevertheless, she's still a
You
June
got
baby.
one on your birthday.
Yeah, I do. I can have more than one though.
Yeah.
I got one on
It's
my
so
birthday. Just
amazing.
act like me too.
And for that right there, it keep me going, causing me not to give up. I got a grandbaby that's will be due next month. And so I want to be able to see them, you know. I have wonderful nieces and nephews that love me with their whole heart. And so I want to stick around and see them grow up. You know, we have grandbabies that we haven't gotten yet. You know, my nieces and nephews got to give me some great nieces and nephews, you know? And so I have so much to live for. And I'm gonna get this thing together. I'm gonna get this weight together. I ain't gonna say right now, but
I'm working on it. But this is what I hold on to God. I remember one day last week that I was praying for you, and I was praying for you in my sleep, and we're thinking, oh my God, this is going to be the day. Will she be gone? And God was like, no, she's going to see many people.
yeah.
He actually gave me a name. He was like, she's going to outlive so-and-so.
Wow.
And so the thing is, it's like you always say, this is not to the death
This
of me.
won't be the death of me.
This won't be the death
It
of
won't
me.
be
And
the
so
death of
you
me.
hold on to that.
Yeah.
It won't be the death of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apostle Clyde, Mother Bishop, you know, I pray with her every Saturday on their prayer line. And she has said to me, she says, no matter what you go through, you know, you keep going. She said, look how, you know, the funerals you're going through. And she says, this won't take you out, you know. And so I take those encouragement words, knowing that the God that I serve will keep me. And so many of you guys are praying and praying with a sincere heart. And I just have to endure. And we say all the time, trust the process. And so I have to trust this process. I have to trust this journey that I am on, because I know God is able to heal me. And when that day come, I don't know. I just have to trust Him in it.
And so he is definitely going to heal you. You're already healed, and the spirit is just going to manifest itself in the natural.
Mhm.
You guys, my sister did not tell me this, but you heard her. She don't have a job.
Oh wow!
And so because she don't have a job, if you want to Zelle or Cash App her, not just tonight, but anytime the God placed you on her heart and you want to sow a seed in her life, listen, the seed is going to go in good ground. And so you can always Cash App her at 954 588 7848. That's Zelle. I mean, 954 588 7848. I'm going to say that again. Her Cash App is Here's to a Better You.
Mhm.
And her cell phone is 954 588 7848. And that you can always Zelle her. And if you want it again to Cash App her, her Cash App is Here's to a Better You. And so, you let God use you. Don't look at us and think, she got it together. We got it together. Don't know about a need. Because half of the time, God has touched our heart to give to somebody.
Amen.
And we're too busy looking at what they got. And it's Here's to a Better You. And that's Cash App. That's H2BEU. Capital H, the number 2, a capital B, the letter E, and a capital U. Here's to a Better You. So if you want to be a blessing, you can be a blessing. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And because everybody needs somebody. And like my nephew said earlier, and we always said, it takes a village, right? And we're children of God, and if you're a child of Most High God, she's a part of your family. And so we take care of people that's in our family. And so thank you all.
Thank you all so very much. Thank you, Apostle. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Because I love you.
I know. And I love you too.
I really feel like I am your bigger sister. Like, you're my responsibility.
Oh.
And although your daughters are doing a great job, when they was younger, I always felt like I had to take care of you. I felt like when Daddy left, that I had to step in.
Yeah.
Same thing with Mom. I just, for some reason, nobody put that on me. I just felt like that I had to step in where he left off.
Yeah.
And so I love you, and I
love you too, and I appreciate it.
I know that this is not the death of you. I know we're gonna, it's sad to say that you're gonna look on. Go ahead.
The thing is, y'all won't let me die. Y'all won't let me die, And so
Ebony said you're welcome.
For that. Oh, Ebony, thank you so much. For that, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to each and every one of you. God has put me in an amazing family. I'm surrounded by amazing people in my life. And so I'm thankful.
Pinky said you're welcome.
Thank you, baby.
And so you guys, I wanted to say,
best friend.
Mary is going through something. What to say? You ain't lying. Mary's going through something that we can see, right? Mary is going through a sickness that we know of, but so many of us are sick and don't know it. So many of us think because we look healthy that we're going to be here tomorrow. I say that to say you can never take life for granted.
Yeah.
And in the midst of your living your days like it's your last day, making sure you know who your Savior is. Know where you're going when you leave here. I'm not ashamed to tell you guys that every time we do this show, we believe in the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. We know Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior. We believe He is the way, the only way. We believe heaven and hell. And so make sure you go to heaven. When you lift up your eyes, who will you see?
Mm-hmm.
And so take this opportunity to make sure there's no unforgiveness, anger, or hatred in your heart. Take this opportunity to love on your loved ones. Take this opportunity to say, I love you. Take this opportunity to say, I forgive you. Take this opportunity to embrace people. Take this opportunity to give flowers and not just wait till someone pass along. Take this opportunity to do what Jesus would do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love you guys. Make sure you always tune in. We're here every Monday at 7 p.m. Next Monday, we will be with Josepha Benjamin. First Monday of every month is Mommy Me, which is going to be me and Morgan. The second of September, the second week of September, we're gonna have my sister friend Janelle Brown. And so you guys, we have some lines of guests for you. And if you want to be a guest, please inbox me, or you can email me at yahoo.com, yahoo.com. Come share your story. Come tell your testimony. Come share your products. If you want to send us products so we can talk about, make sure you do that with emailing me at at yahoo.com, and I'll tell you where to send your products. Also, remember, this is Celebrate Black Business. My nephew, shout out to David with his epic yacht detailing. Shout out to you. Shout out to Janelle Brown with Fearful and Wonderful Made. Shout out to Apostle Sheila with her
Green
Season Coaching the Cook. Shout out to all of you guys that has a black who has a business. And I know it's not easy. Shout out to my husband, Warren Development. Shout out to my husband as far as the producer and the cameraman and everything, and then some for this show, making it happen. Shout out to my son Kenneth Lofton, Prayed Up. And I also want to shout out these two black guys. They have this watch that I'm wearing. It's called Spring Break. Go to Macy's. You can go to Macy's and purchase their watch. Unfortunately, it is a black owned business, but they don't even know what they're carrying. You will be surprised that they have it pushed in a corner. They have boxes on top of it. And when I asked to sell people about it, they did not even know that they carried it. So if you go out, it's called Spring Break. It's SPGBK. And I will link this up so you guys can support these black guys. They started in Carolina. And anyway, so go get it. It's a nice watch. Yay. You're doing Apple, make them big, make them go viral, make them go to the point where they is able to help, because they give back. And so again, it's called Spring Break. And go and celebrate somebody black. My friend girl Janelle and I, we went and had our nails done at Shan's Nail, which is a black-owned salon. And I'm telling you, it's set up just like the Ching Chongs.
Really?
I mean, they have great pedicure chairs. They have numerous stations. The service is great. The pedicure pressure on your really, really good. And again, they're black owned. We went to Smitty's because I couldn't think of where else to go. But we did everything celebrating black business. Why? Because I want somebody to celebrate me.
Exactly.
So celebrate.
Hey, Chandra.
Celebrate someone, okay? And so thank you all for joining. Hey, Chandra Jones. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you, David. Thank you, Auntie Carrie. Thank you all. Hey, do
Ebony
me a favor.
Said sign her and Tiffany up for something.
Tiffany and Ebony, you guys are coming on the show. I would love to have you guys on the show. Uncle Woody is the most valuable player. Yes, he is. He is.
Love you to life, Auntie Carrie.
I thank God for him. He get on my nerves at times, but I thank God for him. I wouldn't trade him, and he is my best friend. Okay, Ebony, we're gonna give you a date. Yo, if you have anything to say, this was a great show. You was a great guest.
Thank you.
It's so sad. I would definitely have you back. It's sad that we've been trying to get you on the show, but you always work on Mondays. Now you don't.
Now I don't.
You might want to be a co-host every day.
I would love to be. You know, and I had said to God, sometimes you don't know the blessing behind the scene. Yeah. You know, you don't know the doors that in the midst of this right here. You know, the doors that God will open up. Yeah. You know, so
Milton said that Woody is his
he's my brother.
And you know what, Neil is my god brother. Neil, I'm gonna go to that Red Velvet Kitchen and Grill. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there and celebrate them as a black business. We would not leave you out, O'Brien. You know, you guys all you got to say is, hey, I'm coming on. Let me tell you guys about Be True to You, and we're going to end if it's meant for us to end. We have a lot of talk shows popping up, a lot of social media talk show. And here's the thing. We're not trying to be perfect. We're trying to be authentic. And we want to be real. We're not trying to play like we are we're perfect or an expert in this talk show thing. But we're not trying to say that we're an expert in life. What we're just trying to show you that everyday living is hard. Everyday living, someone needs someone to listen to them. Everyday living, you can learn something from somebody. And so this epic yacht and boat detailing, that's it. Needing Uncle Woody for our marketing media team. He said that he was going to do a commercial for you. He's going to do a commercial for Janelle. So with that being said, that's what Be True to You talk show is about. We're here to just show you how everyday people live. We get on here sometime with makeup, a little bit of makeup, a lot of makeup. We get in here with shorts.
That's what I was going
We
to
get
say
on with-
too. We are unmasking,
Yeah.
not masking nothing. We
Yeah.
showing you what real life, what real struggles,
Yeah. If
real health issues
Right.
look like.
If you see us in the streets, you won't say, "Is that the same person that was on camera?" Because we are who we are
Yes.
24/7. Oh, that's a place to eat? Who that? Ricky Lakes. Oh, and Oprah don't have nothing on Be True to You.
Oh, my,
thank
that's
you,
so
Mai.
sweet.
I grant you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go. We're ready for that. So anyway, videos. If you need videos, you need commercial, holla at my husband. If you guys, again, want to be a part of the show, Be True to You Talk Show at yahoo.com. Text me if you have my number. Inbox me. You can also call us at 954-298-0183, 954-298-0183. If you need a photo shoot, if you need someone to film for you, you can call for Warren Photography as well. Thank you guys so very much. I pray that you guys share this. I pray you guys got something out of it. I pray something that was said made a difference in your life. And so remember to tune in with us on Facebook and YouTube every Monday at 7 p.m. This was a really good show.
It was a really good show. Can I say one thing?
You can say two things.
I want to say to each and every one of you that's on the show in the audience tonight, don't take your health for granted. Go to the doctor, get your checkups. You know, if you feeling something in your body is not right, don't say, "Oh, I'll see about it later." Don't take your health for granted. Your health is your wealth. And if you don't have good health, you don't have wealth. Your health is your wealth.
And with that being said, I totally forgot that we're having an event November 18th. Cancer Have No Boundary. And cancer have no boundary, meaning that cancer can touch over 200 parts of your body, and it can touch anyone in your family. It doesn't care your age, your race. It doesn't care your zip code. It doesn't care your financial status. It cares absolutely nothing about you. And so November 18th, we're going to do Cancer Have No Boundary, hosted by the Lewis Sisters, and that we're going to just honor those that survive, honor those that strive, and honor those that kick the hell out of cancer. And so everybody has been touched somewhere, somehow, some form by cancer, someone in your family, if not yourself. And so come out and celebrate with us. Tickets are $85. More information will be going up soon. You will not be disappointed. And so let's make a difference. Let's love, let's embrace, let's encourage, let's inspire everyone with the way we live our life. So with that being said, this is your girl, Angela, the Be True to Talk Show. I love you and I mean it. Bye.
Love you.
True to You is not about being perfect. It's about being authentic. It's about being okay with the good, bad, and ugly. To accept those things about ourselves that we can't change, and those things that need to be changed, we put on our big girl panties and do the work. Be True to You is about being real with God, being real with self, so we can be true to you. Be True to You is not about competing with one another. We're about competing.